so I've been looking at these photos. They're absolutely magnificent. I mean, what a show.
I'm telling you, Carl, some of these images are coming in all the way from Alabama. This morning on Fox Weather First, we had a live image up from the University of North Dakota from their Atmospheric Sciences Department, and we were watching the Northern Lights dance live on the air. It's a G4 storm. Basically, the plasma coming off of the Earth's surface, a big eruption that's happened. The scale is from G1 to G5, G5 being the most intense of the magnetic storms, if you will. And this G4, it's only the fourth time we've had this type of issuance for a G4 in a solar cycle. And a solar cycle, by the way, goes every 11 years. The one that we're in right now is solar cycle 25, which started off in December. So kind of rare. We do see the northern lights often. But when you have a larger scale like this, a G4, you're more likely to see it across a bigger chunk of the country, well down to the south. The northern lights, the aurora borealis, all of that energy, you can really reflect that off of the northern pole. You may even see it across portions of South America. Those are going to be called the aurora australias. But for us, tonight I'm looking at some cities as far as the forecast where we're should be lacking some of the cloud cover anywhere near Minneapolis, but you want to get away from the city lights. Detroit, away from the city lights. The Dakotas have a great shot of seeing the northern lights tonight. Omaha, Nebraska, Green Bay, Wisconsin, those are just a few of the areas where if you can get away from the city lights, the light pollution, you have a really good chance of seeing those dancing lights, especially between 10 p.m. tonight and through the early morning hours tomorrow.
So I'm taking a look here on our screen. I'm so sorry, Craig. I know that you can't see it from your end, but we have the most beautiful photos here that have been submitted. Thank you to everyone. Again, during this conversation with Craig that we have him on here, you can still submit photos by scanning the QR code there on your screen or heading to livenowfox.com/connect. Craig, so I know that you have been reporting on this extensively there at Fox Weather. Were you able to see any of these yourself?
I am so bummed. I tell you what, I get up at 1:30 in the morning to come into work, and I leave for work about 2:30. I actually walk the dogs in the morning, and I didn't see a single light. I was so bummed. Of course, we have a lot of the lights from Manhattan and the big city, so that was probably part of the problem. So it was pretty exciting when we saw it live from the University of North Dakota out there. When you see some of those lights, it's interesting. Whenever you see the greens and the reds, you're seeing more in the way of oxygen molecules. When you get to the blues and the purples, it's more of the nitrogen molecules. So quite a bit of scientific fun that goes into the aurora borealis. Not only is it beautiful, but it's pretty cool when you think about what's happening and creating some of those lights and the colors that you actually see. I don't know, did you see any of them?
Okay, so I was going to say, Craig, you and I are in the same boat because I was asleep when this was going on, all right? Like, I wake up, you know, at the crack of dawn. I'm up at like 2:30 a.m. to come into work, but I wasn't outside, so I didn't see it, unfortunately. So I'm very grateful to the viewers for sharing all of this. But interesting, something else that you mentioned, because I have been pointing out just all of these colors. It's so amazing because I was saying earlier, you know, you see a sunset or a sunrise, you're used to like the pinks and the oranges, but these bright greens, these bright reds, I mean, it's fascinating how all of these colors can come through.
It's so true because when you think about the colors that we see at our sunrise and sunset, a lot of it has to do with the light and the spectrum and the refraction of the light. In this case, you're talking more about those electrons that are coming off of the sun's surface, big solar flares that erupt. They make it to the Earth's atmosphere and they interact with the either nitrogen or the oxygen to give us the colors. So a bit of a different process. Of course, you need the clearer skies. And when we talk about our sunrises and sunsets, things that we think about that can affect that can be smoke from wildfires. It kind of infiltrates some of the sun that makes it through the color scheme, if you will. In this case, all you're hoping for is no cloud cover. There is a good chance that this will make it down to portions of the middle portion of the country where you can see it. I think early this morning, folks in Alabama were able to see it because of the intensity of this specific G4 event, if you will.
Yeah, and in Alabama and also parts of Central Florida, I was seeing our partners at Fox 35 in Orlando. They were getting like some viewer photos also submitted, I think, or just, and people there down in Florida also able to see this. Oh, we got a beautiful shot here out of Loveland, Colorado. I mean, just spectacular, Craig. I know you're going to have to take a look at this after the fact.
Do you know what's great? I can't wait, because you just talked about Loveland, Colorado. They actually opened up the ski area because of the amount of snow they've had and the conditions to build it. So can you imagine being in the mountains, snow-covered mountains? You look up into the sky and you see the dancing lights across the sky there. Loveland, they've got the ski area, but then the lower lying area is the city itself as well. But man, what a sight to see snow-capped mountains with the colors dancing up in the sky. What a great sight. I would love to be in Loveland, Colorado. Congratulations to that viewer.
I know. And you know what? Colorado, beautiful already. But then, you know, you pair these skies. And honestly, Craig, I could be in a parking lot and I'm like, this is great. This is a dream.
Seriously, right? Yeah, because you think Northern Lights, most people think you have to be closer to the northern tier. You see them often in places like Seattle, maybe North Dakota, some of the Great Lakes area because you're farther north. But man, to see it that far south, it's pretty intense. And when do we get another G4? You know, they don't happen that often. So if you can tonight, try to take advantage of it. I know staying up past 10 o'clock in the evening might be a little rough for some folks, you and I included, because we get up so early in the morning. But I'll tell you what, if you get up early in the morning, take a look. Look to the north. You may see them.
Yeah, you know, Craig, you and I might miss them, but maybe tomorrow morning we'll get some more of these submissions, and that would be great. Just one more time, Craig, if anyone is just joining us here, again, these are beautiful. What a sight to see. Specifically, where in the country should people be prepared to possibly get this show, and at what times specifically?
You got it. So 10 p.m. tonight till about 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. And some of the cities that I'm talking about, I'm going to give you major cities, but if you're close to these major cities, try to get away from the light because you get the light pollution from the city lights. So Minneapolis, Detroit, any place across the Dakotas, North or South Dakota, portions of Omaha, Iowa, and over to Wisconsin, Green Bay and Wisconsin as well. Kansas City would be about the farthest spot late tonight through early tomorrow morning, again, 10 p.m. This would be your local time through about 4 o'clock in the morning hours. So as far as south as Kansas City, I would say, and again, it's important to get away from the city lights, because if you've got clear, dark skies, you might just be in luck. I would love to see your photos too, and video.
Oh my gosh, Craig. Well, you know what? You're going to see this afterwards, and you know, maybe we'll get lucky and we'll talk to you again tomorrow morning. I mean, that'd
be great. If you and I capture it, let's get some video and share it with each other.
For sure.
And all the viewers.
I love that for us, especially because, you know, we're asleep. We can't even enjoy it, but we'll enjoy it remotely. All right, Fox Weather's Craig Herrera, always a pleasure to have you here live now from Fox.
Great
we'll be checking in soon. What a time. Take care.
Take care. Have fun.
All right, you as well.